Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to continue working on this old gal. We're going to jump over to the passenger side. We're going to get the doors off. We're going to get some old rot cut off. We're going to get some new metal welded on. Maybe a little body filler. I don't know. We'll see if we got time. But hey, stay tuned and let's get started. Welcome to the passenger side of the truck. Cancer's not as bad as the other side. I take that back. It's as bad. It's just bad in different ways. To start with, we got to get this cab corner. I'll show you this real quick. If I haven't shown you before, we'll do a quick recap on this side. Yeah, slight speed reduction there, and then I can show you. I'll send you guys underneath. All along here, it's junk all the way up. Pretty much on the bottom, which means we're gonna get this and see how far up in here we're gonna cut. We'll take off a little piece at a time just to kind of see what's going on. We gotta pull the trim off, this off, that off. First things first, let's get this door off. Do that. I took these two screws out. I don't know what size they were. 10 millimeter. Pull those out. Door pins, I'm going to pull those here, and there's a C-clip on the top and bottom of there. Pop those out, should be able to lift the door off, and then we can get a better look at this rust. Let's get this door out of here. So, pulling this door off, quick glance, I think we're going to try and use the similar tools we use on the other side. It's probably going to be a fancy guy like that. Let's try and pry this up. Try and take the bottom one off first. That went nowhere. Gonna get a hammer, try and beat on that. Dun, dun. Okay, that popped right up. Other poppy thing. Okay, that's gonna work going up. I feel like I'm not going to enjoy this. Pull that one out. That pin, it's not the end of the world. Could use cleanup though. Now the other pin. Maybe it'll just fall out. Nope. Nope. I think now it'll just fall out. Pin. There we go. Door removed. Useful tip when working on these kind of things. I usually like to keep Ziploc bags around because half the time I don't know what the stuff went to, but wherever it's at, it's where it's at, and it's together. So let's get these screws out of this trim piece for the door. Jeez. How long is this? These screws are anything like the other side. I'm betting that the bottom has been exposed to the elements through the bottom of the cab the whole time, so it's probably rusted. It is. They get rusty on the bottom side. They're just self-tappers anyways from the factory. 3 more. 2 more, one's broke. Let me guess, never coming out? Nope, that one's never gonna come off. Maybe. Nope. Okay, so just like the other side, we gotta drill the tops off of those. Great. one. All I'm really doing with the drill bit, it's not really taking the tops off, it's heating this up so it melts out in a circle instead of just busting all to hell. So, unlike the other side, this is still good on the top. So we're probably gonna just right along here and just scooch this in. I mean, the underneath side, just a little crunchy. It's okay. A lot crunchy, but let's get the back of this trim off. I guess next thing's next. Try and get this latch off, which may or may not come off. I don't know. Can't get to it, so I can only imagine it comes up to the top. So let's find a screwdriver and give her hell, I guess. No ways it's coming off. Oh, nope. Oh, nope. So before I get too aggressive, I should actually make sure I've got this cab corner. Oh, well, found the cab corner. It's got a real aggressive fold on it. In a nutshell. Some trimming is required. I don't know how else you do that. It's pretty good, actually. Well, let's get the grinder on here and cut off an inch and see what we got. Go from there. So the back of the cab, again, there's spot welds here that you can actually see, and this is still got some meat to it, so we'll try and drill these out a little bit. I don't know what good it's going to do. It looks like it's got one spot weld there. Hopefully we can get it. A lot left of this shit here. I better so, trying to figure out how far up we need to go, and that's pretty much it right there. And obviously we'll have to keep going that way. I'm not gonna lie, scabbing this thing in is going to be a nightmare. And not a good one either. Okay. I'm trying to do is figure out how far up we can go with this. Get a better angle at it. You can see, I mean, obviously the rust is here. It's the last piece I cut off, you know, inverted. So it's okay metal up here. We're gonna follow this line to that, which scares me. That's a spot weld, might be okay. And then we're gonna keep going. I don't want to get into this if I don't have to, because honestly, I don't think I can do anything with it. And as far as this crap is, we'll cut off what we can. There's absolutely no metal in half of that. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. So I mean, the no metal started about here. So what we're gonna end up doing is we'll replace, you know, this section to up here-ish, which would be about the limitation of this guy. We'll go just a little further, and then we'll fill back the other way, and we'll match the patch panels together. But this way we got a solid piece to know where we're at. We'll get this new piece taped off and fit for here, and then we'll figure out, you know, what else we got to do. Let's get this measured and taped. Get going. So we did some lines and some calculating on this guy and how I'm gonna match it on here, and I really don't have a point of reference. I don't want to cut all this off because a lot of it's good metal yet. So we're gonna try and use this square right there, and it's actually right under the lip here, so I can trim this, so I can use that square as a point of reference to figure out how much of this to actually just cut off. That's all I got. I don't know, kind of lost, so let's give it a shot. The not fun part of that is done, but it should allow me to sneak this up here and line up that hole. Let me see how far down this needs to go, and now I got a point of reference I can work with. So I got the excess cut off. I got this hole. It's just up underneath here, and I can use that as my alignment. So after I sneak that in there, match up where it needs to be, I have an idea, and so I can maintain this angle on the door, which is huge because otherwise I have no idea where any of the stuff is. So that being the case, I'm going to get lawned right on here and this cut out. Since we get that marked on there now, you can kind of see, bring in here, went around the outline a little bit, but what that's going to let me do is, one, have a point of reference, and two, figure out a way to trim this so I don't have to take all this metal off. I mean, we'll take some off, but you know, less is better, obviously. We're going to do a little more trimming on this. I don't want it to go quite up as high this way. We'll get this trimmed down kind of into this angle here. Yeah, it'd be nicer. It's just harder to do body work in the angle. So we'll trim this, tack it, and should be able to get this on here. And then after we get this piece on, then we'll look at doing the front and cutting off the bad stuff there, because again, this little anchor point here is my only point of reference on this entire project. And I'll end up actually trimming this down further after I get this tacked on. We'll come back and zip that right off. So when you're doing this, don't be afraid to make multiple passes. The worst thing you can do is make more work for yourself, but take off a little bit at a time. Leave more material on than you think, whatever. I mean, again, it doesn't have to be perfect unless you're making a show truck and then you're watching the wrong show. But yeah, I'll just keep trimming. It'll take me a couple passes, but we'll get there. And I think this is going to work. This metal looks like it's pretty good on the back side here. So I'm actually glad we took it up as far as we did. It's going to work out real good. I got to do a grinder disc and we'll get the rest of this zipped off. Sorry about the horrible lighting. Oh, my leg's asleep. That's even worse. Oh, an ambulance. Anyways, so I just took some Rust Reformer. Nothing fancy. This will not stop rust. Probably wasted my time. Sprayed it up in there in the cracks I'm not gonna be able to get to soon, and then I'm just gonna hit it with some self-etching primer. Later on, the plan is I've got a cavity wand, and we're just gonna stick it up in here and just coat everything. Just let it pour out. That's the plan. So anyways, let's get this primed here in a minute when it tacks up a little better, and we'll get this tacked on, get this piece cut out, which it's gonna work okay. Plan tonight, get this on and this corner on, and then possibly even that thing, I mean the front. Whatever, brain. It just does. What runs? corner is on. You know, pretty good. There's a few gaps that are wider than I wanted, but you know what? It worked. Aside from that, actually went pretty smooth, better than I thought it was going to go, so that's great. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to try and get the cab corner on here and get this tacked on. But before I get ahead, I'm getting ahead of myself. Pump the brakes. We're going to grind these down. Then cab corner. So let's get to grinding. Capping. Yeah. Woo. So much grinding. Oh well. Oh well. If I cut better, grind less, but I didn't. So here we are. Taking forever. Way faster. Time to figure out if we can get this guy on the corner. I think we can. It's kind of hard to see. See if I can get you in here. Too close. Too close. About that. Better. So, I really want to line this edge up. Tack that right there. Zzzt. The worst tack ever, but I'll take it. Come on. Closer. Oh, no. Yep. Come on. Wow. We're gonna tweak this that way. Come on. Let's do that again. Got it. Okay, got that one. That's gonna be perfect on the bottom. See down here. Nice. Even half-ass follows that. Corner almost lines up. Let's tack this over here. And then let's throw this door on and see how bad this is. I don't know where this is. I think it's gotta go that way. I think this whole thing is going that way. Back, I think we'll put the door on first. So this corner, you really gotta persuade these. Looks like we're a little low on that right over there. It's all right. We'll probably cut it off anyways. This guy looks like we just gotta tip him in right about there. I think we got something to work with. So. Tack weld this and then bend that in. Let's see how it looks. If I can find the welder, which I'm probably sitting on like a chicken. Nope. Yep. There we go. Glasses are good. Okay, that's tacked. And then I think we just got, I mean, the gap here isn't bad. I mean, there's gonna catch some flack, but we'll seam seal that. We pull that in, and I think we can tack that at the bottom, which means I get a weld upside down. Everybody's favorite. All the kids are doing it. hate welding upside down. There's my zippy zip. Up there. Pretty damn good to me. Ow. Perfect? No. We'll push up on that here, bow that out somehow. Yeah. Where's my cooler? Where's the igloo when you need it? Got it. And it went down my sock. There. I'm not kidding. I can't see a damn thing in this mask. That's what I'm going to weld. I don't take it. Or you can continue around this side. And, yep. Got the door off again. It's grinding time. Maybe. A little bit of a dent. That's what we want. Little like a filler. Okay. On. Plan for tomorrow. We're gonna fit this guy. Where it goes. If I take the door off, let's cut this back. That's why I didn't weld it all the way up to here. And then we'll fit this guy on. It's gonna be most of this, but more cutting. Oh, hate this shit. There you go, fixed it. Cool. All right, we'll get back at this tomorrow. I'm gonna finish clean it up and see you then. Well, it's day. I have no idea what day it is. It's early morning and creepy fog out today. But a lot of stuff to do, so we're gonna get at this early. Hopefully get this in primer. Nope. Hopefully get the first coat of fiberglass on this tonight, get this sealed up. But so we're back on this door. So we got this part. Just recap quick. Got this done, welded on there. Yeah, nice. But you want to go to here because you need a point of reference to go to there. So we're gonna pull this door off, which I probably don't actually have to, but it's just going to be easier. So we'll get the door off of here and get this part cut out, measured, and get rolling on this. And hopefully, like I said, get through this a lot faster than the other side, less disassembly, because when you take these doors off, you pop this off, and then you dig in here apparently, and there's 3 clips, which that's why I didn't find it on the other side. They're buried. Come on. There you are, my friend. My hun. Get to it. Why are you stuck on there? It's weird. Okay. Anyways, there's 3 clips there. We'll get those out, get this off, Hold the pins, door off. Tight these long enough, you realize they do come out. There is things, 3 clips. Push clip like that. You push right there, and it slides apart. So we don't want to hand this. There's no way it's going to happen. Nope, they don't one-handed. But same thing with that one. Push pin right there. This one I disassembled. Same thing. Get this off there, pins out. So, taking the door apart, same as last one. See right there, the clip that needs to come up. Just got to pry that guy up with a screwdriver and hammer the pin down. So I got to set the camera down so I can do this, but there it is. So remember, when you're taking this top pin off, there's a spring in here that keeps your door, you know, from slamming on you easily. You can either get a tool and take this out, or just hammer the top pin down and it'll knock this guy right out. Not sure how we're getting it back in yet. That's a problem for future me. Knocking the top pin out. Maybe. Started to go. Anyway, these doors are really light. If I was smart, I'd put that window down. But I didn't. Great. That'll make it easier. Need to drop. Oh, this one's still kind of stuck in. The other one just fell out. Those things happen. Yep, there we go. Fell out. Let me carry this. Light door. Light door. Wait, no, not light. Not light. You could use a jack for this as well, or, God forbid, you're not working on this by yourself. Have a friend. Okay, we got the door out of the way. Let's get in here and take a look. I don't have the best lighting, so here we're probably gonna end up coming. Honestly, that's the fender needs replaced too, but it's all along here. Slight cancer here. All along. So we're probably gonna make the cut, you know, midway, just straight in there, and then back cut this from this side and just scooch it in there best we can. Yeah, because honestly this should go all the way. This is not the right, this should be a full, you know, up into here rocker and not a, I think they call these slip-ons. So I don't know, I guess if you're doing this and you want a show truck, you should probably make sure how much cancer you have and what it's going to take to fix. So let's get this panel trimmed up, line about there, and then we'll get that transferred on here and cut this out. Looks like I'm down to my last cutty disc, so better be careful. Look at that, metal. Not much. Okay. Just don't have an angle on this, guys. I'm right there. I see it, I just can't get it. Oh, well, Bob's your uncle. Maybe we'll patch that in. So on this side, we're just going to overlap this. Is this the right way to do it? No. Am I gonna? Yep. No, I'm not taking that fender off. We'll get this welded, probably tack weld it there, and then we'll hit it with a hammer and bow it in, so we get something we can body fill over. Get this treated. Super anti-rust restore performer. Get up in there really good. Drink it in. We'll never see you again after today. When it's dripping out, it's when you know it's done set. I have no idea. I'm just spraying the hell out of it because we're gonna hit it with some primer in a bit and then seal it up. Later I'll come back, and I may have said this before, but we'll hit this with some body cavity filler up underneath so it coats all the welds, coats everything. So I can just spray some stuff in there now, and I will, but like on the back side of this, there's nothing right now. So we'll get that sealed from the backside after we get this painted later. Okay, let's wait for this to dry. We'll come back in a little bit. Well, it's time for Optimus, right? Prime. Yes, prime. Yep, primer. Gonna do some primer. Let it soak in there. Be a part of it for always, ever and for always. Yep. Not too sure you can have too much of this. There, as they say. Rebuilt. Oh, oh, whoa. Whoa. Close. Okay, back to this guy. I need that on there. Intact. To do that, we're gonna spot weld real quick. Why? Because I can. Get the hole puncher thingy tool. Well, we got the holes punched in these guys, so we're gonna spot weld that. Like I say, we'll tap that inward, and so it'll blend easier. And then this lines up pretty good all along here. I got a clamp on the bottom. I mean, it's close. I would say you're within oofta 16th. We'll fudulate it just a little bit. I mean, looks like it could go in. And broke. We'll set it on there, we'll tack it, and we'll go from there. Yep. Let's get the welder going. Okay. We can fudge that in as we go. There. Down a little, but we'll push this in as we go. there. It's a tight weld, which means it's not going to be much filler. And then, like I say, we'll plug weld these in the front. I'm going to roll this in a little bit right there. Do that. Tack that guy. Make sure it's in place. That's what we're going to do. Hold it. Let's spray some primer shit in there. Should have done. She's tacked on. It's, like I say, she ain't pretty, but it's on. Next, we're going to grind it quick with this guy. It's just, I think we're using 36 first pass. Actually, I'll hit it with probably the 4.5-inch grinder there. Knock the high spots off, and then come back and try and flush it out a little bit. And then we'll increase the grit from there. And then we'll get this sanded down and ready for some filler. So let's get to grinding. No idea what today is, but we're back at it this morning. Guess we're gonna try. We got this all ground down yesterday. You guys saw the video. Today we're gonna throw some filler on this, let it dry, and a couple other things we're gonna try and wrap up. I want to get another coat of zero rust on the rear chassis. I think we're going to pull the rear bumper off. I got a plan for that, and then we should hopefully maybe get to some primer by the end of the day. We'll see how things go. But to start with, when you open up your short strand fiberglass and it looks like that, you know it's going to be a great day. So you just get to start mixing away. Ugh, this stuff's gross, and it itches. Whatever. Ooh, me. Should be a holiday. Should be a day called. Now, this stuff has hardener. It needs my stir stick here, also known as wood shims. Gotta pick a good one. Some are thicker than others. You gotta look out for that. And then my stir thing. They say don't do this on wood. This isn't. This is a shelf with fake wood, so it's much different than they were talking about, I'm sure. However, I don't think we need a lot of this stuff. Just a little bit. Put it on there. Put that out of the way. Back to you later. And then make sure you need your hardener. Apparently I'm told also that it's the same hardener for just about everything. All their products. I don't think that's true. Probably close, but whatever. This one's never been opened. Great. How much we're gonna put in here? Just a little stripe across here, I guess. Not that much. Which you guys couldn't see. Got about that much hardener in there. Then we're just gonna mix the living tar out of this. Okay, we're gonna mix it up with my spreader. Until there's no color left. Assuming this shit works. Great, it's on a thumbnail. Why are you all over my hand? I wear gloves when you do this. Is that? Does it even get? Is it go there? No. Sure. Just keep adding it. What could go wrong? Oh, there's some blue. There's more blue. Alright, so what we did is I actually recessed this a little bit, so the point of doing it the way I did, well, it's easier. I kind of cheated, but I can just do this. There's my high spots right there. I don't have to worry about it. Is that a high spot? Nope. We're gonna let that set for about an hour until it gets hard, but not, you know, granite hard. Hands are covered in fiberglass. They itch like hell now, so that's nice. So, all right, we'll come back in about an hour. Like I was saying, we're gonna do another coat of that zero rust we put on in another video on this thing, but it's supposed to be 2 coats. I only did 1, and I can tell why. I got the box off, so what the hell. However, I got to take the bumper off, but if you remember, I didn't drop the hitch, which now I have to drop the hitch. Shit. So, yeah. All right, we'll get the hitch off of here somehow, which is way harder because now it's not in the air. And yeah, damn it. All right, that's not terrible. I highly recommend, if you're gonna do this, take the box off first. We are gonna pull the bumper off this, like I was saying, because I have a bumper I bought 2 years ago for this truck. It's actually like the first thing I bought, but when I looked at this 2 years ago, I went, I can't, there's no way the box is coming off, so I didn't even mess with it. But you know, as you guys have seen, the box does come off. So we're gonna end up putting that on. So I'm gonna put a $300 bumper on an $800 pickup. Seems fine. Yeah, makes sense. Good investment too. Anyways, let's get the bolts out of that, and I'll drop that off of there and check that off the list. Well, the bumper isn't bad when there's no box on here. And remember that when you're installing the box, you have to put the bumper on first if you take the brackets out here. Otherwise, it won't fit. Dang it! Not on the back side. Get a real long extension. Longer the better. Alright. I don't know if this lid's gonna come off. Oh, it's coming off. I'm gonna start painting. I'm gonna get inside there and paint on the inside first, just so I don't have to lean over a wet frame to do it. But we are gonna stir this up quick. My fancy stir rod. I don't know. This is probably just like black tar. And it's very thick. And we're just gonna brush it on. I'm sure you could spray this on. In fact, I know people who have. And it works, but I'm not gonna do that. So real quick, what I'm doing just to kind of bring you up to speed, because I haven't been filming all this. So we took it down to metal, welded it, knocked down the high spots, so we had something to fill to. Then we're using short strand fiberglass body filler. This one has to be from Eastwood. There's lots of different brands and stuff you can get. Use whatever you want. So that goes on first. It's waterproof. That way if there's any pinholes in the repair or water gets through and infiltrates through the backside, it doesn't force off the Bondo, or in this case contour body filler, which is just like, as you guys know, Bondo. So next step is we're going to wipe this down, clean it up, and then we're going to put a coat of contour body filler on, or Bondo, whatever you want to use, and then sand that smooth. And then we're going to come back with, if we need it, some like a glazing putty. But again, I'm not doing this 100% show truck style. This is a work truck. I emphasize that. So let's get this stuff wiped down, blown off, and let's get some contour body filler on. Is it at this point I should tell you that I am not a body guy by any means? I'm literally making a huge mess. Yep. Oh well, that's part of the fun of this. Part of the journey of doing these things. You'll never learn if you don't do it. So here we go. We've Bondo on there. Gonna let it dry. And we're sanded. Probably put more on. Cool. Well, here, I'll show you. First pass. It's rough and it's ugly. Day 86 of the body work. This stuff takes longer than you think it would, and you could probably do this in a weekend, but you would be busting your hump to do it. So anyways, we got the contour body putty on, or Bondo, whatever you want to call it. Basically that just helps profile it better. And last step, we're going to do body contour polyester glazing putty. This one happens to be Eastwood, again leftover from different projects, so I'm just going to use it. We're going to use it to fill in the low spots and the scratches, and this feathers out really nice, and it's really easy to sand. So we'll get this on there. It's hand sanded, and see where we're at the end of this, and we're probably going to be ready for paint. Well, primer, then probably more sanding. and then paint. Or more sanding. Damn it. Same thing on this side. We'll mix up some glazing putty, get it on there quick. A lot of times you don't even have to do this step. This is just whatever. I have it. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't do it. I would just say, you know, enough's enough. But like I say, we got it, so we'll use it. Doesn't take much. I mean, I could just keep putting coats of Bondo on, same thing. But this just sands out so much easier. So, anyways. These soft sand things work pretty slick. You can make these out of pool noodle if you want. Anything. Block of wood, screwdriver handle, piece of vinyl hose. Doesn't really matter. If it's a contour of whatever you're trying to do, use it. The hand doesn't work so well because, well, you put pressure points on it. Then you put grooves in it. So, 'tis how it is. Anyway. More sanding. So much sanding, and for a work truck.
I think about food a lot.
Well,
I think about,
they do make a power board, or a pneumatic one of these that maybe would be a good investment for the future. Just a thought. I don't know. Unfortunately for me, sanding on this old gal went on for many more hours. I got a little late and I didn't have a chance to close out the video. So we're going to do that now. I think we're going to call it. This one's getting kind of long. So, hey, appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for the next one. And make sure you smash the old like and subscribe button. Thanks again.